loco. Hello guys, and welcome back to another video here in your favorite channel. Today we are visiting the city of Zeus and Athena, a place full of history where the Olympic Games were born and where the food is absolutely amazing. Get ready to join us on this adventure through the streets, the flavors and the magic of Athens.
When your husband is too cheap to pay those €5 to be able to sit next to each other in the plane. Why do you do this to couples, Ryanair? Huh? Luckily, I had the whole row to myself, so my husband came running to me. But the most important is that Ryanair got us safe to Athens in this huge storm. We decided to take the train from the airport to the city center. It took around 40 minutes and one 90-minute ticket cost €10 per person. You can also choose to take the bus, which is €6 and takes 1 hour. After a shower of rain, we arrived in our hotel. The staff gave us a key to our room. But before taking the elevator, the receptionist stopped us and said that he will upgrade our room to the best room on the top floor. Our room was very nice and clean, but the room was not very well soundproofed, and you could hear every time the elevator was used or someone spoke or laughed in the corridor or in another room. In the morning we could go out on our balcony to see the view. It showed the real Greek daily life. The staff was kind, the hotel was nice, and the breakfast was basic. But the location of the hotel didn't feel like the safest.
When we walked out of the hotel, we saw needles on the ground, probably from people who had used heroin, and there was blood all over sidewalk on the street where the hotel was located. When we booked the hotel, we didn't know if the location was good or not, and based on the reviews and its reputation, it seems like a really good place. We understand that the hotel cannot control what happens outside, but honestly, the location was terrible. Anyway, we will talk more about it in another video about hotels, Airbnbs in Europe. We started the day by walking through the streets of Athens, heading toward to the Acropolis, which we planned to visit later. First, we decided to enter into the Acropolis Museum, which was opened in 2009 at the foot of the famous hills in Athens. It is a modern gem that holds over 4,000 original pieces from the ancient Acropolis. With its glass and steel design, the museums offer amazing views for the Parthenon and a unique way to explore ancient Greek history. The museum is open every day with the long hours in summer, and tickets price range from €5 to €10 depending on the season. There is also a restaurant with a great view of full accessibility for everyone, making it a museum visit spot for everyone interested in the Greek culture and history.
I think my husband can speak for himself. This is me after one day in a museum with him. Where do I have tickets? And where are we going?
We need to escalate. We need to go up like a Spider-Man.
Now you can show the line.
Look the line. There is a fucking big trouble because there is some websites online that are selling the thing, and then you need to make another line and blah 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 blah, and it's a mix. Everyone is very pissed off with the poor people that is attending in the entries. Yeah, it's a trouble. It's a big trouble. So
As my husband said, the long line is to buy tickets on spot. The short line is for people who already bought their tickets online. But we didn't buy from their official website since there are so many to choose from. And if you don't buy from their official website, you have to validate your ticket. That means standing in the long line. But we already made the short line, so the security guard told us to skip the long line and go directly to the ticket booth. The ticket lady writes down everything manually, that's why it takes so long time. We will link their official website down here and in the description box, so you will not make the same mistake as we did.
The Parthenon perched atop the Acropolis is the most iconic symbol of the ancient Greece. Built in the 5th century before Jesus, it was dedicated to the goddess Athena and stands as a masterpiece of classical architecture. Alongside it, the Acropolis hosts other remarkable structures like the Erection, known for the elegant Karaitis, a temple of Athena's Nike, symbolizing the victory, and the Propylaea, the great entrance for the complex. Just below, the Theatre of Dionysius marks the birthplace of the Western drama. Together, the monuments make the Acropolis a powerful reminder of the Greece's rich history, mythology, and the cultural legacy. Philippides was a Greek runner during the 5th century before Jesus, famous for his role in the Battle of Marathon. After the Athenians won the battle against the Persians, Philippides was sent to Athens to deliver the news. He ran about 40 kilometers from Marathon to Athens without stopping. When he arrived, he shouted, "We have won," before collapsing and dying from exhaustion. This act is said to have inspired to the modern marathon race, which is about 42 kilometers long. Another activity that we made in Athens was to go and see the Panathenaic Stadium, also known as Kalimarmaro. Is one of the most historical landmarks in Athens. Made entirely of white marble, it is the only stadium of its kind in the world, originally built in the 4th century before Jesus for the Panathenaic Games. It was later restored to host the first modern Olympic Games in 1896. Today, it stands as a symbol of the Olympic history and Greek heritage, attracting visitors from all over the world to come to walk on the track, explore the stands, and enjoy the incredible atmosphere of this unique venue. Okay guys, we arrived here to one exhibition where they have all the answers from the Olympic Games through the history. There is Rio 2016, but also down we have Stockholm 1912. And probably here we're gonna be one of the most mythical ones. That was the one celebrated in Berlin 1936, while the Nazis had the power and they celebrated in the Olympic Stadium in Berlin. Before that, there was California And at that time, the Germans wanted to prove that they were stronger and that they can do the things better. That's why they went to assign the Olympics in Berlin. Then we know what happened in history when Hitler was in the middle of the stadium. We have another one, Tokyo 64, Rome, Munich 1972, Montreal, Moscow. Yeah, it's a small official store to buy some souvenirs and another stuff like that. Seoul 1988, I didn't know Seoul had Olympics already. Barcelona 92 and Atlanta 96. Sydney 2000. Now, let me share with you 3 surprising and interesting facts about the Panathenaic Stadium. First, it was the venue for the only Olympic Games where the first place winner got a silver medal. In the 1896 Games, the first place didn't receive gold, but instead a silver medal and olive branch. The second place got a bronze, and the third one, nothing. Second, the stadium was completely rebuilt using marble from the Mount Pentelicus, the same marble used for the Parthenon, a true monument made of white marble. That's why it's called Kalimarmaro, meaning beautiful marble. Third, the stadium has a capacity of over 50,000 people, and it has no roof or shade. If you visit it in this summer, make sure you bring water, a hat, and a lot of energy to brave the heat. Look, heart attack. I'm all. I passed the 30s. This is not good. Call an ambulance. Call an ambulance. Another place that you need to visit is the Neoclassical Trilogy of Athens. It's a group of 3 iconic buildings located in the heart of the city, symbolizing the Greek culture and intellectual rebirth after the independence. The first one is the National Library of Greece, known for its grand marble staircase and the Doric column. It houses rare manuscripts and historical documents. The second is the University of Athens, the oldest university in Greece, with a beautiful mural representing the arts, science, and the King Otto. The third one is the Academy of Athens, inspired by the ancient Greek temples. It features statues of Athena, Apollo, Plato, and Socrates, and is one of the Greece's top research institutions.
Spending money, right?
About the food, guys, the Greek cuisine is very delicious. You don't need to worry about it. To eat their Greek salad and souvlaki is the top. Also, we had gyros, and more gyros. And still today, we didn't eat gyros since this trip.
Just below the Acropolis is the ancient Agora of Athens. A long time ago, this was the main market of the city. People came here to buy and sell food, clothes, pottery, and many other things. It was full of shops, tables, and people talking. But the Agora was not just for shopping, it was also a place to meet, talk about politics, and listening to philosophers. It was like a center of life in the ancient Athens. Today, you can walk through the ruins and imagine how busy and full of the life it was. That's it for today. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to subscribe and share with your friends. Visiting Athens is something that everyone should do at least once in life. It's a city full of history that helps shape who we are today as a society and as a human beings. Bye bye!
Bye bye!